Hi, Run Your Story family. This is Allison Gilliard with Run Your Story, where every story needs to be heard. And I'm so excited that I got to finally sit down with Rachael McRae. I absolutely adore her. She's a phenomenal runner. And we got to talk about all the things with running, not only her incredible story, and also how seasons of running change. And then it's the beauty of running, guys, like so incredible. But one common thread through Rachel's story is running with Jordan, or running with her sister, or running with family. And that is so important because we talk about how running with someone else makes all the difference in the world, and running with a community is so important. And so thank you, Rachael, for sharing that importance, reminding us that we don't run alone. And just like in life, we have people there to walk with us. And so an incredible story. You guys are going to absolutely love this. One of the things that Rachael and I talk a lot about too is pack training and the importance of strength training. And not only does it keep you on the pavement, reducing injuries, but also longevity. And what we're doing now impacts tomorrow and impacts years down the road. And so we really got to talk a lot about how pack training has completely transformed her running and made her a better runner. And so I highly encourage you guys, if you are not with a trainer, to get one. If you're not doing strength training, to do that, because it will make all the difference in the world, not only for just functional daily activity, but also in your running. So thank you, Rachael, so much for sharing your story and your heart, and I just absolutely adore you. Guys, if you don't know Rachael, I would love for you guys to meet up. She's a doll, like absolutely love her, and again, just a pure heart who loves running and is doing incredible things. So thank you, Rachael, for sharing your story. Absolutely incredible, my friend. I love, 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 and adore you. Speaking of love and adore and community, guys, Wagner's Run Walk, they are fueling the podcast this month. And one of the things that I really appreciate them is that in their training programs, they always have somebody with strength that comes and talks about the importance of strength training. Again, it's not just runners, but it's also running stores that are like, listen, running is great. It's what we do. It's what we love to do, but you got to add more to it. You got to supplement it, guys. So Wagner's Run Walk, guys, they're located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Roll Tide, or online at wagnersrunwalk.com. You can also use a special discount code RYS10. Wagner's Run Walk has been providing quality footwear for over 70 years. And I adore those guys. Anytime I go in, it's like coming home. They're so kind, and they'll let you try on everything that you want to. They'll do a gait analysis, because if you are trying to hit the pavement for the first time, or maybe you're trying to go into the gym, or maybe you just need a really good pair of shoes because you're on your feet all day long, Wagner's Run Walk is the place to be, because they carry all the latest brands, and they are for the seasoned runner to those just starting out in their run story. And whether you're chasing a new PR or you're trying to make comfort a top priority, Wagner's Run Walk is ready to help you find that perfect fit to cross that finish line, crush that workout, get through the 8-hour shift. Whatever it is, Wagner's Run Walk has it for you. So definitely check them out. Again, that code is RYS10 as well, and Roll Tide with them. Guys, you're going to want to share this story, so make sure that you like, share, comment. We love to hear your feedback, because Rachel's story is pretty cool. So you guys are going to love this. I feel like you're going to get a lot out of it. And with that being said, get ready, get set, and go run with my friend Rachael and her run story. Rachael! Man, we would run into each other at races. And when I say run, only at the beginning, because you and your group is just like super fast.
I wish.
So I'm in the back.
No.
But then we follow each other on social media and encourage one another. So I love that. And I love that we are semi-connected in different ways. Mm-hmm. So I've gotten to watch you in the past few years transition from not just runner, but also mom runner.
Yep.
So I've got to know, what is your run story?
So I was thinking about this, and I feel like running has always been in my life a little bit, because I played sports growing up. And so when you play sports, obviously you're going to have to run and stuff. And I kind of hated it back then, because you always ran for punishment.
Sure.
So I'm like, this sucks. Especially when I wasn't conditioned to be running. So I played sports. I played softball, then I played volleyball and all that through high school. And then my mom was also a runner when I was growing up. She's done a marathon. She's done a half marathon. So her and her best friend, actually several of her best friends that I'm close with, they were avid runners when I was growing up. And I guess I was talking to my sister about it. I was like, Mama was always running, but I guess it didn't register what she was actually doing. You know what I mean? Because I was in high school, like, you're running, cool, okay. Because I remember she ran the first light marathon. I think it was my senior year of high school. And I remember my dad, we took us to the finish line and we watched her finish and everything. And I was just like, cool, you ran 26 points. I didn't really, it didn't,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't comprehend what she was doing or anything, but looking back, I should have been, oh my God, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And apparently I asked her about it. I was, when did you train? And she was like, I would get up super early in the morning before y'all went to school. I had no idea.
Wow.
I was like, what? And I was 16 or 17. I was driving. So I got me and Becca and I took my brother to school and didn't even know. She wasn't there. But she was running somewhere.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess she'd wake up super early. Or I guess sometimes when we were at school. But she would tell me all the routes they ran. But it's funny because now I'm like, how did you run? Because they didn't have smartwatches really then, I don't think. Early 2000s, 2006, 7. So I'm like, how did you know how far?
Sure. Yeah. No, that's a great question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess if you never had it, you don't miss it. But I do remember a lot of times after church or something on Wednesday nights, she'd be like, all right, we're going home, but first we got to drive through this neighborhood and we got to clock it. She'd do the little distance on the car and we're like, oh, not again. And we'd like, okay, this is 4 miles. And I guess they just knew kind of what their pace was. Like if it's been an hour, we've probably run 6 miles, but I don't know. But she did that and she still will run sometimes. But mostly she just does her workout classes. So I guess running has always been my default kind of. If I'm any season of life, you can just walk out and go for a run in the neighborhood. And that's how I got back into it after having kids. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a run.
Yeah.
And Jordan lives in my neighborhood. And so she had her second child when I was having my first. And he's like, I think Rhett's 6 weeks older than James or something. And so I remember we live in the same neighborhood. And so I texted her and I was like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? And so we started going for walks with the kids. And that's how we became friends. And so then we started running because she ran and I ran. And it just got more intense from there. So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, really good.
And you and your sister ran together.
Yeah.
Have you and your mom ran together?
We have in the past.
Okay.
Probably when I was in college.
Okay.
She'd be like, I'm going running. Do you want to come? And I'm like, not really, but I would go. I went through a phase where I wasn't super active, probably in college when I was just busy with school and working and things like that. And I'd go run 2 miles. I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. This sucks. So I wasn't legit about it back then. I wish I was. But looking back, I'm like, man, why wasn't I? My early 20s.
Yeah. Right.
Didn't have kids. I didn't have laundry, you know. Yeah. I probably was still living at home. I could have been running for real. But
I could have been sponsored, guys.
oh my gosh.
Could have been sponsored out.
Could have been like elite by now. Yeah, but I don't know. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But it worked out. Running with Jordan's been really good. If it weren't for her, I feel like I probably wouldn't run as much as I do. I can run by myself, but it's just more fun with people.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So just a few Mother's Day, I was out on a training run and then I ran into my friend Morgan, who literally came out of her house. She was like, Allison. And I was like, what's up? Happy Mother's Day and everything. And she was like, hey, I need to go for a walk. And I'm like, hey, I'm finished in this training room. Yeah. Before the end of it, I had done 7 miles. Would I have done 7 miles on my own? Absolutely not. Yeah. But before I knew it, I had already put in almost 3. And then we walked 4, 3.5 with her. And then by the time I got home. But I did not feel exhausted.
Right.
Because I think just having that conversation and just being outside and you're talking with another mom. That's one of the things that I love about the running community, especially with moms, is that we all know what it's like to be moms. It's hard.
Yeah.
But yet running, I call it the sacred pavement. You know, if you need to let out frustrations, you can. If you need to clear your mind, you can. Or if you are a buddy, and you're like, hey, I need this.
It's a little therapy session.
Absolutely.
We talk about all the things. And then we can even go back and like, if we are having a conversation about something we're mad about or frustrated, we'll look back at our pace and oh my gosh, we were really running fast. And we were like,
that was our motivation.
Wow.
That really got us going.
One time we were talking about when we were like labor and delivery and we were really looking at, we were like, wow. It's so funny.
That's
Like, yeah.
fantastic.
We just have all the combos talking.
Yeah. And I think that that's what deepens us because I tell people, we just, as runners, we just want to go back home. We just want to make it back home safely. So especially with the times that we are in now. And I'm so thankful for the guys in our running community who do look out for us women and look out for one another. But I think that you become hypervigilant when you're on your own.
Yeah.
And you can't just shut things off. And so I think it's when you're with somebody that you're okay, I'm safe, I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's just be.
You don't have to worry.
You don't have to worry.
You can just run and be carefree. I don't really even like to run by myself. I will in my neighborhood because there's people always out and about if I run in the evenings and stuff like that, but I won't go out of my neighborhood by myself just because it's not worth it. Chances are it'd be totally fine, but is that really a risk I want to take?
Right.
Because you never know.
Yeah. You just want to get back home to your babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So there have got to be some lessons that you've learned from running.
I guess a lot of it is I really can do a whole lot more than I thought I could. You know what I mean? I remember running a 5K race way back when I was running a little bit, just dying. Why do people, what races? Oh my gosh. It was a 5K. I have ran this distance. Why am I dying? Looking back, I probably didn't feel right or I probably didn't eat before. Who knows? Because I was 20. You don't think about those things.
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, I was talking to Emily this morning. I went and ran with her. And I was like, you really can do a whole lot more than you think you can. And I think that's why I do like running so much because it challenges you. And wow, I did not know I could do this. And you achieve it. And oh my gosh, you feel so accomplished. You're like, wow. But it just challenges you. And I don't know. I just love it.
Yeah. You and your group, man, y'all rock it so well. Not only that, but I will also say, you guys are also the runners that I hate. What? It is in the most respectful, loving way. Because y'all are always so photogenic.
What?
I've seen your photos. Don't even try. Did we run, Rachel?
Well,
Did we run? Because y'all look amazing.
we have some secrets.
Oh, okay. And I'm over here looking like a drenched rat. So,
No, you don't.
Yes. Oh, no.
We always think the worst about ourselves, though.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
No.
I've seen your race pictures. They're all good.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
no, they're
are.
not. You were saying that because you're on this podcast.
No, I'm not. I promise. I promise.
No, I'm like, how do these pretty people stay pretty after running a race?
Well,
Go ahead.
I
Get some
feel
of these
like
tips.
okay. So what we have to do is, I know this is going to sound really weird and probably people are going to be like, this is insane, but we have to put on a self tanner before.
Oh, okay.
The night before, the day before.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm
So
super
like warmed
pale.
up.
No.
Okay.
The day before.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to put on a little tan to give us a little color. I know it sounds crazy. And then I have to wear a little bit of makeup because I look like straight death when I first wake up. So for a race, they're going to be taking photos and I've got to put a little bit of mascara on, a little bit of powder and stuff to make me look a little bit presentable. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we do. The
Like I
tan
said-
makes all the difference in the world.
The pretty people who run. That's all I got.
I'm not a tan person. I'm so fair complected.
So besides the self tanner and the makeup, what does your pre-race routine look like?
As far as food and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I'll always plan out what I'm going to wear.
Shocking. Put
I
out
mean,
that fly
I have to. And I'm talking, if it's the Azalea Trail, I love that race. So we kind of, okay, what are we going to wear with the Azalea Trail? We got to match. We like to match or coordinate. So, and then like half marathon, it's even more. All right, we got to start planning weeks in advance. We got to shop on Amazon or go to Lulu. So we definitely have to get the outfit situated. And so we do that. I have all that ready the night before. Socks, everything. Because in the morning, I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, shoot, where's this? You know? And then I get, if I need to take fuel with me on the run, I will take that or pack that. I always get my running water bottle ready to have all that ready. So that's one less thing to do in the morning. And then definitely take my little flat Rachel photo. Sometimes if I remember. And then the morning of, I get up pretty early. I'm a morning person. So I'll get up pretty early to give myself time to drink some coffee. And I have to eat something. Usually I'm pretty basic. It's either English muffin or toast with peanut butter and banana, sometimes honey. And then I'll drink my coffee, eat that. And then I also try to drink a lot of electrolytes, just especially if it's a longer distance.
Sure.
Or even a 10K if it's hot.
I was going to say, man, we're going into the summer months
gosh,
and it's
so
brutal.
hot.
Yeah.
So I do that the night before. Before the half, I usually get those BioLite drinks. And I'll drink one of those the night before in the morning of. And sometimes I mix that with my water or some kind of electrolyte with my water. and then I eat my breakfast, get ready, and we try to leave really early to go, just because I feel like even if we give ourselves a ton of time, for some reason, we're still not scrambling to get there on time, but I don't know. Putting on the whole bib thing is difficult. I feel it always takes us forever. I don't know why it's so complicated. But I told Jordan, I was like, I never thought I saw someone on Instagram or something. They put the bib on their shirt before they put their shirt on.
Yeah, that's what I do.
What? I never think of that. I'm sitting here trying to button it, and I'm like, this is so hard.
Well, especially with the bib boards, like you want to make sure that, yeah.
So, yeah, Jordan, that's going to save us a ton of time there. Because we would go to the bathroom at the Hampton Inn for Run to Mobile and try to get that on, and we go to the bathroom, do all that. And the half marathon, I'm like, dude, it's 7:20. And we're in the bathroom. The race starts in 10 minutes. And we're like, well, let's just do a little warm-up jog to the start line.
Yeah.
And then we left our house at 6:15. In the world. So, plenty of time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the pre-race routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're done with the race. It's post-race. What does the routine look like for you then?
Usually when I stop, keep walking for a little bit, and I'm like, I need some water.
Okay.
Cool down, depending on the race. When we ran the half in January, it was really cold. So when I finished, I felt good. I wanted some water and stuff. And usually after these trails, water, walk around because it was warm.
Yeah.
And after I cool down, I need food. I am famished after a run.
So what do you like to eat after a run?
Honestly,
what are you
anything.
craving?
But we usually after a race, either we're going to go to Ruby Slipper because it's right there, or Big Bad Breakfast.
Oh,
because they're both like
Big Bad
close.
Breakfast is so good.
No, I love both of them. So usually we got to hurry up and get there before all the people go so we can get food because I have got to eat. And literally, I usually just get breakfast stuff, but I would probably eat just about anything after a race. I mean, and for some reason, I always want a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero if it's hot. If it's been really a cold run, I'm like, some coffee. Yeah, hot coffee. Like, love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, even when we're running, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get hungry. What's wrong with me? But yeah, I like my food. But pretty much post races, food.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Foodie. A fellow foodie. I like it.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of races, do you have a favorite one?
I feel like this is hard because I love a lot of them.
Okay.
Obviously, I love the Azalea Trail. The time of the year, I don't know. I just love it. And it's such a big crowd, you know.
Come out.
Yes. I love it. So I really do like that one. I think I've ran it the last 5 years, and I want to try to run it every year as long as I can. And then I really like the Mobile Half. I've done that 2 times so far.
Okay.
It's just convenient. I really like that one a lot. It's flat. And then I've also done the Big Beach Half.
Okay.
That was my first half.
Oh, okay.
And I loved it. I love that course.
Okay.
Through the Gulf State Park. Oh, I loved it. It was so nice. Those are probably my favorite. I'm trying to think. Oh, we've done the Turkey 10 miler. That one was fun. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I pretty much like all of them. But probably the Azalea Trail is a top. Okay. Just because it's, I don't know.
And the shows are always fun.
Yes. I don't know. It's just so many people. And I love it. Love it.
Okay. What is Rachel's favorite running item? You will not go running without this one item.
This is a hard one for me because I feel like I have a lot of things that I love. But my absolute favorite running item is probably my watch.
Okay.
Because I like the numbers. Like, I'm a numbers person. So I love to see all that. It doesn't really matter, I guess, what you're running, but I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
Love all the data, all that.
Well, it's like you said earlier, too. You can go back if you're like, wow, wasn't my run that great?
Yeah.
You can look back and be like, oh, well, I was sick. And it was I was getting sick.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, it was 110% humidity, you know, whatever it was.
And that majorly affects.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And it shows you, if you don't feel you're getting any better, you're like, really, I am. Because 3 years ago, my pace was this on an easy run, and this year, it's this. I am slowly getting a little faster.
That's awesome.
But yeah, my watch is probably my top. And I just got a new watch.
Ooh, okay. Which is?
I had an Apple forever. Since an Apple Watch came out, I had one. And I loved it. But the battery was just... Every night I was charging it, and it would still die, or almost die, like around 3 or 4 o'clock in the day. And I was having to charge it just so I could make it through the day. So I was really torn between the Garmin and the Coros. I'm telling you, I probably did so much research. I was like, this is probably embarrassing. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm sitting here, I was so torn.
It's an investment.
Yeah. well, I feel I just had my heart set on a Garmin, but everyone was like, you should get a Coros. I was like, but I feel I'm not going to be totally happy unless I just get the Garmin. Because, like, I wanted one for like a year or so.
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? My Apple Watch is still fine. I just need to wait. So my husband was like, just order it. So I finally just broke down and ordered it. And I got the Garmin Forerunner, and I really love it.
There you go. Hey,
I really love it.
Yeah.
The battery, I know the Coros battery's supposed to be better.
oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. But this one, I charge it not even once a week, probably. And I'm like, dude, I was charging my Apple Watch twice a day. This is great. But I really do like it. Like, at first, I felt a little sad to not have my Apple Watch just because I had friends on there. I followed their workouts. Now I don't have that. But now I'm over that. And I'm obsessed with it. So, and I feel legit. Well, I was watching the Boston. Well, I was watching the Boston, and some of them were wearing this watch. The elite runners. I was like, okay, must be a good watch.
Yeah. That's why Emily Bates.
Yeah.
She has a Coros. And then I see she has the Coros like armband. And I'm
like, see, it's like,
and she even has a special band with Coros. So that's on mine.
There was a girl, I cannot remember her name, but she's a big runner. Tier. I can't remember her name, but she's was up there with Emily.
Yeah.
She's a little bit older, I think. I can't remember her name, but she was wearing this one.
It does make you feel wild. Okay.
Yeah. What the big dogs wear.
This is as legit as I'm not going to ever be.
Yep. Exactly.
So I saw when you came in from your run, because you, as you said, you went running this morning. You had the A6 Nova Blast.
Yep.
But what is your favorite running shoe? You just got those.
Yeah, I just got these. Okay. So I feel when I first started running, I went to Fleet Feet, got fitted, and they put me in Hoka's. I think it's Arahi. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And I really liked it. And then I went to the Clifton, and I really liked that one because I love shoes. So I'm always, I need a new shoe.
Yeah,
I need a new shoe. I want to try different things. Because you see all these running influencers that run a lot, and they have a ton of shoes, which they're probably given for free, you know? So I feel like, oh, I want to try that. So I think the first time I got a Nova Blast was in 2023, maybe. Loved it. And so then I got pregnant with my second child, so I didn't run as much. I wore those till they were donezo. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to get another pair of those. So I ordered, when I was getting back in running, I ordered another pair. And I was wearing them last fall. And all of a sudden, my toes started going numb in them. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, I love this shoe. And so I wore them for short runs, and then come to find out I went last week back to Fleet Feet to get fitted because I wanted to try different shoes just to see. I wanted to rotate.
Yep.
So she put me in a Nova Blast. She's like, you're an 8. I was wearing a 7.5. I think my foot grew.
Yeah, like, during pregnancy, feet change. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm, oh, so that's probably why your toes were going numb. And I was like, okay. So I literally put on a Nova Blast on one foot, and she let me try on New Balance. I'm trying to think Saucony, all the shoes, and I was Nova Blast feels the best. So I went with it. And I also have the Nimbus that I got in January. I pre-ordered the new one when it was coming out, the 27, I think.
Yes.
So I pre-ordered it and got it because that's what Jordan runs in.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is amazing. So that's my real shoe. It's just awesome.
It's
like
the Nimbus.
Yes. The cushion.
Doesn't it? Just
But I have to rotate this.
Yeah.
Because to me, this one's springy. And then that one's really cushiony.
Yeah.
So I think I'm an A6 girly.
It's funny you say that. So when I first started off running, I ran an 8. I didn't know shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't anything. And looking back, I was looking at old race photos, and I'm like, it's funny, I was an A6, but they weren't running shoes.
Right.
They were, when you're in rural Jackson, Alabama, you go with whatever the store has, because we didn't know anything about running shoes. And so it's funny because now I'm going back to the shoe, the brand that I started in.
I know.
Really my A6.
And they've been around a long time. So
I really do. I have the Nimbus and the Nova Blast. I'm with you. It's that Cinderella slipper feel where it just fits so well.
And I guess everybody's shoes feel different to them. But because I think a long time ago when I was running, I went and got fitted at Run and Try, and they put me in Saucony, and I remember they were super comfortable.
Yeah.
They were not cute at all, but they were super comfortable. So I know there are other shoes out there I probably would like, but for now, I think A6 is my shoe. Sure. Yeah. And they have really cute colors too.
They do. Oh my gosh. You got the pink color. I got the teal color.
Did you? Okay. They didn't have those when I went. They had either the pinkish or a coral. And I kind of like the color combination of this.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but
it just matched my watch so well. Everything felt like that's as matchy as I'm gonna get. My watch and my shoes. So
that's good. Yeah. So I told Jordan, now we can even legit match our shoes since we wear the same running shoes.
Another game right there.
Shoes and outfits.
Wow. Y'all.
Twinsies.
Okay.
Twinsies for life.
So you did mention packing fuel for your long runs. What do you like to take with you?
So I usually always take my running water bottle,
Mm-hmm.
which I used to hate holding the water bottle. Hated it. I don't even know how I did it, though. When we trained for our first half, I never took water with me. I think sometimes we'd sit it in a spot and then we'd get a sip. Looking back, how did I do that? Because now I feel like I have to have my running water bottle. I have to. So I do take that. I'll usually do half water and half body armor, something like that, or electrolytes. And then if it's a long run, like a training run or something, I'll take run-in gels. I really like the Goo.
Okay.
The Goo brand, I like that one a lot. And then I like the Honey Stinger. Those are my two favorites. But I've tried a lot of gels and stuff, and I honestly like all of them, really. I'm not super picky.
Sure.
I've even done the little Honey Stinger waffles. Sometimes I would take them with me on a long run because I do get hungry sometimes. And I just kind of snack on them a little bit.
At least it's a little breakfast.
Gives me something to do. But yeah, I think the Goo is probably my top. A lot of people don't know them because they say they're thick, but I don't like it.
Okay.
And I don't like the fruity flavors. I can't do chocolate or anything like that. Or the Coke.
My thing is you just have to chug water right after.
Yeah. I'll take it slowly. I don't take it all at one time.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it's like getting close to time to take one, I'll start a little bit early, slowly.
Oh, that's smart.
But I have my running water bottle, so I definitely. And I take the running water bottle, but on a race, I'll still grab from the water stations because I go through a lot of water.
Yeah.
Just every day, even just walking around, I chug water.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm always thirsty. What's wrong with me?
You've talked about a lot of your favorite races and with your running buddy. Do you have a favorite running memory?
Probably when I did my first half, because I honestly just never thought I would be able to do that. I don't know why, but it was just because I think years before I had always wanted to do one, and I just never did. I didn't have a good running partner, though, and that was probably part of the problem. So then me and Jordan, our friend Caitlin, ran with us. We all trained for that one together. And just even training, to me, it was so fun because sometimes we would do our short runs just whenever we could squeeze them in. But we pretty much always ran our long runs together. And I love it. I love the training and I love running together. And so when we actually did it, I was just like, oh my gosh, I did it. And I think Jordan had already ran one before, but it had been 10 years. And then Caitlin had ran several. But I don't know, just finishing that, I felt so accomplished and it was just such a good feeling. And the race was so good. The weather was great. So that's probably my favorite running memory. Yeah.
That's precious.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was good. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So I know you've talked a lot about Jordan and running buddy, but do you guys listen to music at all when you run?
So if I'm running by myself, I usually do have my headphones in, not always music. Sometimes I listen to your podcast because I feel like it inspires me. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
yeah, sometimes I do that, or I'll do an audiobook, sometimes music. And then when me and Jordan are running together, usually we just talk. We talk the whole time. And then every now and then, if it's a really long run and I'll start playing music that we both can hear just out loud. And so we'll listen and talk.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, change it up. But yeah, we usually just talk.
So what is the music that you play?
Well, my playlist, usually the one I play, it's a total mix. It really is. She's probably like, what the heck? What the heck? There'll be some country on there.
Okay.
There'll be some Christian. Then you probably have some rap. Just all the things.
Okay.
I say rap. I don't really know. Do you remember when WABB was a thing? Those songs.
Okay.
All from 2007, 8.
Okay.
Nelly.
I would say this rap.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know the names of the artists because I don't just listen to that music.
Yeah.
When I'm running. Because you're like, this is the peppy. Like, it gets you motivated. So yeah. It's a lot of different. Some 80s.
Oh. Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger.
That's a must.
I
feel that that's needed. Yeah, yeah.
You never know because the most random song can come on and I'm like, this is the song. It could be Reba McEntire or Faith Hill and you're like, yeah, I can do this.
That's awesome.
Mississippi Girl comes on.
Oh,
yes, I need this.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it funny?
That's so funny.
Most people hate country when they're running. But like for me, it's just I grew up on country music.
Oh,
like
100%.
90s country. My mom would blast Reba, Garth.
Why haven't I heard from you, Reba McEntire? Hilarious.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah, so
That's
they're all
funny.
over the place, but I love some music.
That's great. Fantastic. So let's switch into recovery.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite recovery tool?
Well, I'm really bad about this. I have a massage gun. I should use it more than I do. But when I do use it, I can definitely tell it helps. I use sleep as my favorite recovery.
100%.
I mean, I'm a napper, but I will say after I ran the half, I could not nap after that. I think I was just so wired. What's wrong with me? But I love a good nap, a hot bath with some Epsom salt. I love that. That's what I go to. If we go run, we usually do our long runs early in the mornings. If it's like really cold, because sometimes it's freezing.
Yeah.
I have to go get in a hot bath immediately because I feel like when you run in the cold for that long,
You can't feel your limbs.
it's in your bones or something. I will have the water on scalding and I'm still cold.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is wrong? You know, I get a hot cup of coffee. I'm just sitting there pretending like nothing's happening around me. So definitely a hot bath, a nap, massage gun. I'm trying to do better about stretching, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So I guess tool is probably the massage gun. My husband got me that for Christmas or something. But yeah, definitely. I think he actually uses it more than I do. But,
Who was the gift
yeah,
that keeps
he's
on
like,
giving?
I'm like, did you get this for me or for you? But it does work. It works
There you
good.
go. Okay. I'm really excited about this question.
Okay.
So I already know the answer to this. Do you have a cross train? Oh, let's rephrase this. Where do you to cross train?
Pack chaining.
Hey.
Yes. Yeah, that is definitely my favorite. I started working out there. Let's see, we're in May. So I guess April was a year that I started working out there.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
And so I knew Josh from way back.
Sure.
I think I did his boot camps and stuff probably 2010. He was at Sportplex. And my mom worked out there for my whole life until they closed. She would take us to childcare there with her when we were little.
That's hilarious.
So I remember he came in, I would do his boot camps, and I was like very afraid of him because he was intense. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot do his boot camps. Oh my gosh, it's so hardcore.
Let's also be honest, he looks intense. Yes. But then when you get to talk to him, you're like, dude's not intense at all.
Yeah. So last April when I started, I think I was 5 months postpartum. And I'd already gotten back into running. And I'm like, you know what? Me and Becca both were like, got to do something different. And she's like, let's go to Pack. And I'm like, okay. And they were running a special at the time, 5 or 6 weeks for 200. I don't know. So I was like, let's do it. I can't remember what the special was. Or maybe it was sessions. But anyways, it was a good deal. So we just did that. And then I was like, I'm going to keep doing this because it makes me have to go and do strength. And I do better with someone telling me what to do. Because if I go to the gym by myself, I'm more likely to be like, this hurts, I'm going to stop. Or I need someone to make me do it. And so I do 2 days a week there. 1 month I did 3 days a week, but usually just 2 since I'm running as well. And sometimes I'll go to Club 4 if I want an extra workout or something. But yeah, I love Pack a lot. I didn't realize how much I would like it. And so now I don't know, I just enjoy it. I look forward to going because I feel everyone that works out there is so nice. Yeah. And I've just made friends, and Natalie and Josh are just so nice.
Oh, they're
like,
amazing.
they're the best.
Yeah, they're hilarious too.
Oh yeah,
they are. And I think the last one
so funny.
They're honest about their struggles too. Like that's the thing that I appreciate about them is that they're like, I don't always get this right either, and you're like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna give myself some grace too. Yeah, and that's what I appreciate about them.
Yeah, I really like them a lot. And then I can take Mac with me, my youngest. And I just sit him in a stroller while I work out. Oh, I love it. And like, they're totally fine with it, even when he starts getting fussy and stuff. Which they do have a little childcare room. You can put your kids in there, but he cries when I do that. So he just sits in a stroller for now, and they're fine with it. So it works out.
That. Yeah. And it really is all the different types of equipment that they have. It's just, you walk in and you think that's it. And then you just keep going. You're like, oh, there's more.
And he knows that I run, so I feel like he helps me do stuff that will help with that too, like certain, like for your hips and all that. So, and I can definitely tell a difference with my running. I feel stronger.
Absolutely.
And also injury prevention, you know?
Oh, a big believer.
Like it's a big deal. Yeah. And I think it really has made all the difference in my running. I guess at first I was like, is it helping? But it has to be. But then I always had a goal of running a sub 2 half. That's been my goal. So since I ran my first one, I'm like, okay, I think my time for my first one was like 2 hours and 15. Because that one, the goal was just to finish.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I've never ridden this distance before. Let's just go out and run and have fun. And we felt good. And then my second one, I really wanted a sub 2. But I was like, yeah, I just don't know if I'm there yet. And I think, I can't remember, my time was 2:03, something around there.
That's a huge change from 2:15.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Which I told Jordan, I was like, if I don't get a sub 2 this one, I'm not going to be devastated or anything. Like,
You're
I'm not
so
that type
close.
of person.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do the best I can, and that's good for me.
Yeah.
If I knew, I just gave it my all. Because with races, you never know. Some races you go out and you feel like crap from the get-go.
Right.
Like, what is wrong? Sometimes you just have bad ones and you have good ones, and you just don't really know. And the weather also plays a huge role too. And that second one, it was warmer. But yeah, so it was 2 or 3. I can definitely do it. So then after that one, I didn't run the next year because I had just had a baby. So then I started running, and this past year, or what year are we in, 2025, that one I finally got a sub 2. And I'm like, you know what? I think that definitely helps for sure to get that. Because I think my time was an hour 56.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I had a lot of,
Yeah.
and the weather played a big part too, because it was pretty cold.
It was,
No.
but then it started warming up.
Yeah,
So,
it felt
started
nice.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, which I like for it to be cold because I feel like I run faster. When it's
Same.
cold.
I don't feel like I'm drenched in sweat.
Yeah, because you were there. I remember seeing you. You were doing
I
the
did
relay,
relay,
weren't you?
yeah.
Yeah. So there we saw you, and I was like,
Yeah.
I love seeing people when I know people. It really pumps you up.
Oh God, it was. Let me tell you something about the relay. It was so much fun because our very first person, they ran the first 5.
Okay.
So we got to be there at the switch. So I didn't realize how many friends were out there running.
Yeah.
And so we got to be there and just cheer people on as we were waiting for our runner. And I was like,
because I feel like
this was amazing.
pretty early.
Yeah. I think we were right there.
Around 5.
Yeah.
or so, by a water station.
Yep.
maybe, or
That's where they
something?
were having
Okay. Yeah.
the switch.
Yeah,
And so our
okay.
next runner went.
Okay.
So it was just so much fun to cheer on
Yeah,
friends.
I love it.
Oh, I know that person. It was just so fun.
Yeah.
And we just, now, I will tell you, I loved it because I took a blankie with me. Because
that
I
was
was
smart,
like,
'cause it was
I was
frigid.
saying, it did start. And then all of a sudden, when I started running, even my team was like, Allison, it's warming up. You're going to get hot.
I
And
wonder
was
what
like,
time you were running.
I was the second to last runner for my whatever mileage that was. So it was later in the day.
Okay.
Later on. So.
Because I wore little throwaway gloves just in case. I was like, I'm going to start with these because my hands get cold.
Yeah.
And I wore them the whole time pretty much because like I took one off one time for something. I'm like, my hands are cold again. So I put it back on. Then I finally ditched it around mile 9 because I think I spilled water all over it. I just chunked it. But I think that helped a lot because I remember I was like, okay, Jordan, I went back and I was like, looking at my splits that I ran the last half. And I'm like, okay, all right. And I was like, okay, my first mile has to be, the slowest it can be is 9:30. Because to run a sub 2 or a 2, you have to run a 9-minute pace. And that seems scary. Because training runs, I never ran that pace.
Sure.
Because you do a couple runs in the week and then you do your one long run. So you're running on tired legs.
Right.
So you're just trying to do it without dying. And so we started. It was me, Jordan, and Josie, my sister-in-law. We all live in the same neighborhood. And we did all our training runs together.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Josie's my sister-in-law. She's married to my brother. And so she's like, I want to run a half. And I'm like, okay. So she started running with us, and she did it. That was my first. Yes, it was amazing. So we start off. You never want to start too fast.
Right.
And the first mile is hard because there are all these people.
Right.
You're trying to.
And you guys also started kind of where the buildings are, that it tunnels through. So it was really cold for you guys, I'm sure, running through there.
Yeah. And I remember we hit mile 1. I look at my watch, and I think it said 9 minutes. And I was like, okay. And because me and Jordan stayed together pretty much, and Josie was a little bit behind us. She's like, I'll just go. And I was like, okay. And then we hit mile 2, and it said 8:50. And I was like, well, Jordan, what? No, okay, but I feel okay. So I'm just going to keep going. Pretty much every mile I hit was 8:50.
Wow.
And I've never seen that number before, really.
Yeah.
And it just felt good. You know what? I'm just going to keep going because you never know if you should hold back.
Sure.
You don't want to start out too fast. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to be scared. I'm just going to do it. And me and Jordan usually stay together in races until about mile 9 or 10 or so. And then she starts trickling a little bit ahead of me. And I'm like, you go on. You go. And she's always like, it seems like she's so far ahead of me. But really, it's always less than a minute.
Sure.
But it seems so far. And I'm like, I just can't catch you. I just can't catch you. You just go. I can still see you. But yeah, we usually separate around mile 9 or 10 or so. And then I do listen to music.
Yeah.
Which for the half, I will say, we didn't really talk. We both take our headphones for races, just in case we separate.
Sure.
We have our headphones on. So I was playing my music. So we really didn't talk. We tried to talk and we couldn't really hear each other.
Yeah.
And so I listened to my music, and that could be another reason why I ran a little bit faster because I wasn't talking maybe.
Okay.
Because my playlist was jamming that day.
Okay.
You know how you put it on shuffle and you don't really know what's going to happen.
Sure.
And it was all these good songs. I'm amazing. But yeah, I think Pac definitely helped me get stronger. And I was able to hit that sub 2.
Mm,
And I was so happy.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I felt so accomplished. And then
Yeah.
I was like, we need to run a full marathon.
no, yeah. I will tell you this and you guys would probably love that. Definitely do the relay. It is
That sounds fun.
It's just something about, we had our friend Chrissy, who was our driver,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had our friend Katie, who she knows all the ins and outs. And it was
So they take
just-
you to the different drop-offs?
Yeah. And then, so the runner that's coming off
Uh-huh.
is going on. And that day, I'm telling you, it's with running.
So did you do the marathon relay?
We did the marathon relay.
Oh, okay, so I bet you were running a bit later in the day.
Yeah, I think it
By
was like in the afternoon.
By that point, yeah, that's a long ways.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was just fun.
Yeah.
But this is the second race that I've been at that a friend has told me that they're expecting. Wow. And I'm like, what's with you people?
Oh, yes. My sister-in-law.
that?
My sister-in-law's pregnant now. And apparently she knew she was pregnant the day we ran the half. She had just found out a couple days before.
that's
and she
hilarious.
didn't tell us. And I was like, Josie. So, yeah. Now she can't run with us.
There-
Or train.
yeah.
When you're pregnant, it's different.
Sure.
Yeah. Things hurt.
Yeah. Your
I'm
body's
like,
changing.
just rest while you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is your 1st.
Mhm.
That's the good thing about your first pregnancy. You can literally sleep.
Yeah.
You can sit down and take a breather. When your second pregnancy, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
So just take full advantage.
That is some great advice right
Relax.
there.
She does go to pack too, though.
Okay.
So she's still doing that. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a race that you're like, not really my favorite? I want to go back and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to speak bad about a race because it obviously wasn't the race. It was
Sure.
me.
Okay.
Which you're not going to like this answer probably.
Oh, okay.
Because you were there. It was the
Okay.
Pensacola Double Bridge
Okay.
in 2023.
Okay.
It was not the race. It was very windy and cold. You were there.
Yeah.
Krista was there with you. Do you remember?
Sort of.
Did you run it? You ran it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw you before. We were all waiting in the bathroom because it was so cold.
Yes, I do remember
Yes.
that now. Yes.
Okay. So it wasn't the race. It was a really cool race.
It was also hard to warm up that morning. They even had people on the stage that were and you're just from like, no, okay.
It was really
It's all ringing a bell
windy,
now.
and it's
Yeah.
hard to dress for that because you're freezing before, and then you start burning up when you're running. Well, I do want to go back and do it again.
Okay.
Because I was sick that day, and I didn't feel that great. And I was like, I have to run the race because it was
Here.
me and Jordan, and then our two other friends, Megan and Caitlin. They went with us, and we stayed in a little hotel. And it was just it was the wind. Oh my gosh. And it was hard. Okay. And for some reason, I was thinking it was a 9-mile run. I don't know why. I saw it advertised, Double Bridge, 9-mile run. And I'm like, ah. So then I get to that. And I'm like, look, I'm almost to 9 miles. We were almost done. And then you get down that hill and you're like, crap, where's the finish line? And I'm like, this was almost 9.5 miles. What?
That's hilarious.
But I did it, and I made my goal time of what I wanted.
That's
you know?
amazing.
But yeah,
It's
I
a
was
scenic
sick.
run.
Yeah, but it was hard.
Yeah.
A lot of
There's a
uphills.
lot. Yeah. And even not, it's not even when you get up the bridge. There's that little surprise one that you're like, whoa, this is out of
like
nowhere.
a ramp to go.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yep.
And then the giant bridge.
Mhm.
That was tough. Running on a bridge is hard,
Oh,
in my
100%.
opinion.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
the Dauphin Island Bridge run too. It's hard.
I did in the Africa town. I will never do that. I will never do that
I
run
didn't even know
again.
they had that.
I will
That's
never do that one again.
I was supposed to do the balling on Belrose,
Oh, yeah.
This past weekend.
Uh-huh.
but we ended up not. Emily did it. her
Yeah,
and Chris.
Stella and Chris. Yeah.
I should have done it, but Jordan wasn't able to run because she wasn't feeling well, and I was like, I'm not going to myself. I could have met up with Emily and Chris.
It's a goal
but,
for next year.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Boo-boo. But you know how sometimes you're just like not feeling it,
Yeah.
and it stuck up on us. I feel like May is
Yes.
very busy
Yeah.
with school and all the things, and me and Jordan were like, we're not quite ready for this. Do we really want to go die?
And sometimes you have to listen. You do have to listen to your body. Sometimes that's your
Yeah.
body's way of saying, listen, you need to relax.
Yeah, and it's hard to have to turn down.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think it's the right choice. But yeah, Double Bridge was not great for me.
You'll appreciate this story. It's about Double Bridge. So we had a friend, her name's Kelly Lomax. We love telling the story about her. So I was pacing her for Double Bridge, and that one, the weather was great.
Okay.
So we're going up and everything. So we go down the first bridge. She's like, wow, that wasn't so bad. I was like, Kelly, there's another
Like the
bridge.
first 3-mile bridge?
She did not, and it was on her way that day or that morning, the night before, whatever. She didn't realize that there were 2 bridges. So now, anytime there's a group run with that, someone is like, Kelly, it's 2. Double means 2. Double means 2. So she was telling me that story.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't realize we were running 2 bridges, and she told the group she had
Double
been running
bridge.
with would run 251 that, and I was like, first of all, you should never tell them anything that they can bully you with. Secondly, Kelly, do.
Yeah, you run really far.
You do. It does seem, it
Yeah.
seems like longer than 10 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the weather was just not great, so that kind of didn't help with being miserable. But I really do want to go back and do it. It's hard when you have little kids to travel for
Sure.
a race, especially having the second, because he's a little over 1 now, so he's kind of at that really difficult stage. So I feel bad. I'm gonna go run a race.
Yeah.
Good luck with the kids. But yeah, that one was. But I do want to go back
You
and do
should.
it.
I highly recommend it. It's
Yeah,
good.
because it's a good time of the year.
It is,
February.
And it's usually, that one was just abnormally cold.
Yeah, it's
So-
cola,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be too hot either.
But I think it's also because when you're on the bridge, there's
Even
nothing
worse.
protecting you.
Yes.
So it's not, there's trees. It's
Yeah.
just water.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yeah. And how those races that there's a ton of people. I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's so fun. Because some races you go to and not that many people and you're like, this
Yeah.
is a little sad.
Yeah.
And they're still fun.
I don't know. Those are the ones that I might get to place at.
Exactly. I'm like, I got first place. One time I got first because me and Jordan were in a different age group. She always gets first. And I was like, oh, I'm in the 35 to 40 now. You're still 34.
Oh, that's hilarious.
yeah.
Oh, no, that's funny.
But now we're back in the same age group. So
Okay.
it's a place then. Yeah.
We're in the same age group.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Which I think that's the reason why I got first place a couple of years ago at the Women's Resource Center 5K.
Oh, I
Just
do
'cause
love
you guys
that run.
weren't there.
Wait, was it? I wonder if it was the year I had Mac, or maybe I was pregnant.
Maybe. That
Maybe I
sounds
was
about right.
pregnant.
Yeah. Because it was 2 years ago.
Okay, because I do love that race a lot too.
I got first and I was like, what? And I was like, that's because that group ain't here. I knew that. I knew. I was like, that's how I got first place.
Yeah, because I ran last year, but the year before, 2023, I didn't run.
That's
because
what I
I was about to have Mac probably.
Well, I appreciate you not being there so I could get my medal.
You're welcome. I like that race a lot too, because my sister lives in Sims.
It's and the after party's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I love
the
it.
park.
Yeah.
and talking about meals, they have a great after party meal.
Uh-huh.
Like,
That one's usually in September, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
because it was a little bit hot, I feel, last year when we
Last
ran.
year was a little, yeah.
But my sister literally lives right there, so I always stop at her house, use the bathroom, and then go.
Nice.
She's right there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's convenient.
Yeah.
I think one time I even dropped James off at her house to babysit him for all run.
I'll be right back.
One time we pushed our kids. The first year we ever did
a
it.
hilly race.
Oh my gosh. It was the first year we did it. I don't know if it was the first year they had the race or not. Is it a newer race?
It's been around for a few years.
This was probably 20. Becca ran it too. It was probably 2020 or 20. James was probably 2 or 3.
Okay.
And I feel like it was new because it was like, it's, well, let's take our kids and go run it. And it was whenever you ran literally all the way down. I think that's Wolf Road, and you looped back. They've changed the course since then.
Okay.
Oh, it was awful. It was hot. It was in May, I think, then.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad.
I say, I've just known it in for
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
And Becca we were neck and neck, and I was like, you were not beating me. You were pushing our kids flying. I was like, you were not beating me. And at the very end, when you cross over the railroad tracks,
Yeah.
James dropped a shoe or something. I'm like, I'll get it later. I had to go back and get it. I'm like, I'm not stopping now.
That is fantastic.
I remember Becca was, you're not going to let me beat you, are you? I was no. Running for dear life.
That's great. I'm not coming across the finish line. One kid has one shoe.
Yeah. So get it later.
You're not competitive at all, are you, Rachel?
Okay, my family is very competitive.
Oh,
Like, I feel with running, I don't feel competitive against my friends and stuff. Jordan, I don't feel like I'm trying to.
Yeah.
The random people, this person, I'm going to beat them. If I'm running, we've been together, I'm going to beat this person. But my family is very competitive. And people probably wouldn't think it, but if we all play pickleball together or anything, it's wiffle ball. It's very,
that is
it's very
fantastic.
competitive. Yeah.
Sarah, what is a piece of advice you would want to give somebody that wants to start running?
I really would just tell them just to do it, but to start slow and just take it easy. I feel like people are interested in running and they get out there and they go try to run 3 miles or something. They're like, well, that sucked. Well, yeah. Or they want to start running in the middle of the summer. I'm like, no. And you need to find somebody to run with.
Yeah.
It just makes it much more enjoyable. But I think definitely just start slow. Even if it's just half a mile, go run half a mile a few days a week and then add another half a mile and slowly do it and get the right shoes. I feel like getting fitted for the right shoes is a big deal that people don't think is necessary.
Absolutely,
But it really is. Because I feel like one of the first races I ever ran was the Bayfest run.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
No. But okay.
It was a long time ago. I don't even know what year. Maybe 2010.
Okay.
They didn't even have Bayfest anymore. I was probably wearing Nikes that weighed 10 pounds or something. Looking back, they were the heaviest shoe. Why was I running in that?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just to take it slow. But some people absolutely hate running.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if you absolutely hate it, don't try to force yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I just happen to actually like running.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people think people just run to lose weight
Right.
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't do it for those. I do it for my mental health.
Absolutely.
And I just, for me, it's just easier. Like, I want to go for a run. Let me just walk out my front door and I can go for a run.
Yeah.
It just makes it easier if I don't have time to drive somewhere. It's just, and no matter where you are, you can usually always go for a run somewhere, you know? Like if we're at the beach, go for a run. Or usually there's a treadmill somewhere, which I don't love the treadmill, but if I have to, I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just to take it slow and try not to compare yourself to other people, because I feel like you're like, oh, well, this person's doing this. I should be doing this. And you can only focus on yourself because everybody's different.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know how long they've been running.
Right.
They could have been running since they were 10 or they ran track in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think some people have a natural ability
Yeah.
to be extremely fast and they don't even strength train or anything.
Yeah.
Really. They're just, I don't know.
It's annoying. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I follow some influencers that are runners and I'm like, how is she that fast?
Yeah.
It's her job to run.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just a normal person, has 4 kids and she's running a sub-3 marathon. It's nothing.
Yeah.
But I think it's natural ability too. I really do. A lot of it. Has to be.
Yeah.
God just blessed them that way. And some people it's harder for, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
Right.
That's just my take on it.
It's a very good. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
When Jordan and you have separated
Mhm.
and the music is okay, it's pumping you up, but let's say you're just like, I can't do this anymore or I want to quit. Is there something that you tell yourself?
When you go to that dark place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I listened to a podcast one time. It was like, what do you think when you go to the dark place?
Yeah.
That's what they call it, the dark
A
place.
dark place. Yeah.
So I try to be optimistic. And one thing I started telling myself was, I've been here before. I can do this again. But I try to just focus on the mile that I'm in. Try not to think ahead to what's to come because every mile you can feel different.
Oh,
Like say this mile is totally sucking and I'm like, what is happening? You could get past it and the next mile could be so much better. So I try to just focus on that and honestly just one foot in front of the other. Forward motion, just autopilot.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Because yeah, sometimes you do get those races, the last mile or so of a half, or you're just, I'm ready to be done. And there's people like, you're almost there. And you're like, no, I'm not.
That's right.
Still have a mile to go. Are you crazy? Don't talk to me.
And it does feel like the longest mile.
Oh.
How long is a mile?
And why do they decide to have a camera person right there
Right, yeah.
at mile 12? No. I saw those photos and I was like, oh my gosh, I look like the most unathletic person ever.
Stop it. I do not believe that at all.
Oh, Allison, it was bad. It was bad. I hate race photos though. I never see the cameras, ever. And one time I thought I did see a camera and it wasn't the camera. And it wasn't the camera person.
See, I'm the opposite. I see the camera, so I'm post them. And then I look at them like, what was I doing?
I like never see them. It's so weird. I don't know. Yeah, but race photos are not my favorite. And then for the Azalea Trail this past year, I wanted to see my finish line photo. I wasn't even there. They skipped me somehow.
Oh.
What was that? There must have been a glitch or something. Not that I would have bought it, but I was just like, well, that's sad. I wasn't even there. Did I go there for session? I was there and I had a PR.
So you've met your half goal. What are your other running goals?
So I think me and Jordan have finally decided to run a marathon.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, Jordan, we just have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, we've just got to sign up and do it. We
Okay.
can do it. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it.
Have you picked one?
So yeah, I think we're going to do the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
That's a good one.
It's hard because there are a lot of good ones. But for us right now, our kids are young. So I'm staying local or local as we can, I think would be a better option right now. I mean, I do want to travel one day and do it. Yeah. So I was like, that one's in December. So the weather can be iffy. But
Listen,
yeah,
that one can be iffy.
Yeah.
Last year we felt all
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So I was like, but it would be nice to get it done before Christmas. Because usually we're always training through Christmas, which is not bad. So either that one, or I would love to do like Houston, or Houston's far for right now though, or the one in Baton Rouge.
That one, I was like, that's It's so good.
Yeah.
I've done the half and I've done the quarter marathon.
Okay.
And let me just say, that's one of my top favorites.
Is it? Okay.
It's just, it reminds me so much of Mobile.
Yeah.
In which, Louisiana, Alabama,
Yeah.
so much of the same influence. But they have people come out, they're cheering you on.
I like that.
And when you finish, you're literally finishing and you see the Capitol.
Oh, cool.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just such a cool.
It's not too far away.
It's not too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one's in January. I think
That one's in January.
I've looked up all the races.
Yeah, that one's Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. And that way you have that Monday to
Oh.
recover.
That would be
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm. Yeah, that one, it really is. It's scenic and you get to run on parts of LSU's campus.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So it's pretty fun. Like I said, I was a one and done marathoner.
Really?
And I said, okay, but possibly would consider doing another one. And that would be on my bucket list.
Okay.
Okay, if I'm going to do a marathon, I would do that one. Mississippi's great.
Uh-huh.
And if you have a running buddy to run it
Yeah.
with, it's even better
Uh-huh.
because it's flat
Yeah.
until that last.
Do you go up a ramp?
Yeah,
Okay.
you go up the ramp. You know, the Beauvirage is. You go up that ramp.
Why do I do that?
Yeah. And then you keep going. Well, I will get from your list. And
Yeah.
that one's a long mile too, but that one's really cool because you finish inside Shucker Stadium.
Yeah, that looks
So
cool.
you're running around the baseball field.
Yeah.
And you're okay. That was cool.
Now I feel like an athlete.
But that one, there's just not a lot to look at
Yeah.
for that one.
Yeah, and I guess the wind could be bad.
But again, it's an hour away.
Is there a
from
big
us.
crowd usually?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think we have our hearts set on that one maybe for the first one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just you're one direction
Mhm.
until the end.
So it gets boring maybe? Or...
I think you'd be fine though because
Okay.
you have a running buddy.
Mhm.
You have somebody you'd be with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we're going to do that
I
one.
think you should.
I need to go ahead and sign up.
Mhm.
We're also going to do the Battleship 12K this year.
It's my favorite.
I know.
I love
I'm
this.
super patriotic, so
Yeah.
it's just never worked out.
Oh, so you've never done Battleship
No,
12K?
because
Rachel.
I was going to do it last year, but it was
Yeah.
on Mac's first birthday. I was
Okay.
like, I feel a little guilty.
Well, that's fair.
You know,
Yeah.
year before I was pregnant or about to have him, because it's
Wait,
always
so
over
Matt
around
and
his
I have
birthday.
the same birthday.
Wait, what's your birthday?
November 17th.
Oh my gosh. So this year I was like, Jordan, we are just going to have to do it. We're going to be just getting back from vacation that
Mhm.
Friday. And it's going to be on Sunday. And I always hate to miss a lot of church for races. I
Yeah.
always feel guilty about that. But I was like, I think I could still make it to church if I ran and then maybe did my makeup before the race. Maybe it won't be too hot and I won't sweat.
That one's usually really cool.
Yeah.
The weather
Is- yeah.
this past year, it was a little warmer than in years past.
But that way I could just fix my hair,
But-
change clothes.
Yeah, and I've done the same thing. But now, because I have so many friends that come from out of state that
Mhm.
I've made friends with,
Mhm.
it's my running family. So
Yeah.
I want to spend time.
I know.
And we're actually hosting several people from Louisiana. They're going to come stay at our house. So we're excited
Yeah.
just to have a big old,
Yeah.
it's just that one, oh my gosh.
Me and Jordan are already planning our outfit for that one.
As you should.
We have to have patriotic colors.
Yeah.
I saw Features has some USA socks. I sent them to her. I was like, we need these.
They are, let me tell you, that race, it will, and you're doing it for the 10th year. So it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it's not on Mac's first birthday, so I think I can do it.
It's the day before.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely plan to do that
Yeah,
one.
I'm excited for you. That's
Yeah.
so exciting.
Mhm.
I
I'm
love
excited.
that.
But marathon is definitely our next big goal. And I just think we got to do it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's time.
it's time.
I've ran 3 half marathons, and I want to say she's done 5 or so halves because one of them I didn't end up being able to do with her, the Hattiesburg one. The year I got pregnant, I wasn't able to do that one. I was training for it, and then I couldn't do it. So she's done, I think, 2 more than me. So
Okay.
I think she's done. So, yeah.
That's exciting.
It's a little scary.
It,
I don't know why.
You'll
but I'm
be
like, we
fine.
can do it.
yeah. Well, if you can run a half, you can run a full.
Hopefully.
That's the runner's logic.
Right? That's how we always end up running more mileage.
Absolutely. If you run a 5K, you run a 10K.
That's what me and Jordan, I'm like, how far are you going to run? She's like, what are you thinking? I was like, maybe 4. She's like, I was thinking like 3. I'm like, okay, well, how about 3.5? Then we get 3.5. I'm like, well, might as well go to 4.
Right.
Like, 4.5. Let's just do 6.
Yeah.
Okay. We just like, keep going.
That's amazing. So speaking of when you guys get together and run, what is your favorite length to run? So whether that's race day or training runs.
I feel for me, I probably the 10K
Okay.
because I feel like I'm really doing something
Mhm.
if I run a 10K, but it's not overly challenging, but it's good. It doesn't want me for the rest of the day. I like a 10K. I also like a half marathon too because I feel like a half, it's hard, but it's doable because I've done it before. That's what I was talking to Emily about this morning is when you first start running, you're like, oh my gosh, a mile is so far.
Right.
And the more you run, you're like, okay, a mile's not that bad. And then you do a 5K. You're like, okay, 6 miles. And then you start running 13. You're like, well, gosh, 6 doesn't seem that bad.
Right.
Like, it's weird. And so, because she's talking about doing 100 miles.
Right,
And I'm like,
right.
well, that makes my marathon mile seem just the easiest thing ever.
So different things.
I
though.
know.
It's
So, yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to start marathon training. I told Jordan, I feel like I haven't seen you in a week and I miss our runs. Isn't that sad?
no, I love that.
I told her I was going to mention her a lot on this podcast.
Absolutely.
I was like, Jordan, you have a weird obsession with your friend.
But that's the thing is like when it's your running buddy, you're like, no, listen, I get you. There's a group of us meeting on Saturday mornings, and as you said, month of May, we haven't met at all. Like
hard.
been traveling so much, people have been traveling.
Yeah.
You had spring break, and spring break was late this year,
Mm-hmm.
and so we've all been. Where's everyone at?
I know, it's
Like
hard.
we miss our group, miss hanging out on Saturday mornings together.
Yeah.
So no, I
I'm
get
excited. I was like, once our kids get out of school, I think things will slow down a little bit. We're going to be like, we need a break for our kids. Let's go run.
Let's go run for a ride.
Or we can take them to Club 4 with us and we'll run on the treadmill, worst case.
Yeah.
But a lot of times in the summers, we'll get up 1 to 2 mornings a week super early before our husbands have to leave for work. And we'll start running at 5 and we can run for an hour, hour 15 and get a decent amount.
Yeah.
So that's always an option, which I'm a morning person, but sometimes suck.
Yeah.
But once you get it done, you're like,
Oh,
wait,
done.
I did run today. When nighttime comes, you're like, oh, I forgot about that.
Wait, this says I exercise for 2 hours.
You really do
Like,
forget. And you're like,
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
yeah.
When you aren't running, what fuels you? What are you passionate about, Rachel?
So my family, a lot of time with them, and church is also a big part of our lives. Spend time with family and friends. We hang out with Jordan and them a lot too. She's my friend in every aspect of life. And I also like to read. But that's about it. I'm not overly, I feel like I'm busy, but I'm a homebody. So I'll be at home with my family or hanging out with my friends. We go to my parents a good bit. We play pickleball there. And yeah, and reading is a newer hobby that I started last year. So I do that, but that's about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We should get together and play pickleball sometime.
My dad's obsessed. He put a court at his house.
Stop.
Yeah, and so I go there and play.
Wow.
And he has 2 nights a week, I want to say. He has a group of guys. They'll come to his house, and then they'll go to his friend's house.
Wow.
Pickleball gets intense.
Yeah,
with my
it
family.
does. Yeah.
So I used to play tennis. Like, I was an avid tennis player. I never thought there'd be a day when I didn't play tennis.
Wow.
I probably started playing in 2016.
Okay.
And I played solid a lot until, I guess, after I had Mac, and I haven't gotten back into it yet. I haven't really wanted to. I think I got burnt out on it.
Yeah.
But it was in my life for a long time. But now I'm really into running. I'm running more than tennis now. But I like pickleball because it's a little bit quicker. Similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely get into it.
Yeah.
We played last night, actually, a little bit.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it was me and my dad versus my mom and my husband.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, like it's so won.
Me and my dad. But my husband was wearing flip flops because he didn't want to change shoes. They were just playing.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
were kids. They were so, but
That's funny.
yeah, my husband likes to talk smack, and I'll be.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm more athletic than you are.
Rachel, any final words of wisdom?
I don't know. This is cliche, I know, because it's Nike's, or it was Nike. Like, just do it. That's what I always tell myself. I'm like, just do it.
Yeah.
It's just so simple. Like, for me, it's more of a healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important, just to be moving and be active. And that's my motto. I want to be able to age well. Yeah. Take care of myself. That's why I stay active, really.
Yeah.
For the health benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I just saw a thing that said you lifting now means you get to lift your grandkids.
Yeah.
Or you lifting now means you can lift yourself off the floor when you're in your 70s. Or,
I believe.
And so it's like, I know it's such a great, on the days that, like you said, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do it. Those are the days I need to do it the most because that's helping the future. So,
And if it's a day where I'm tired, I know I've had a busy week or worked out a lot, I have to just go for a walk. I walk a lot. I have to, a certain step count I have to beat. But I take, James will ride his bike and I'll push Mac in the stroller. But I'm always going for a walk. If I need to get out of the house and go for a walk. Because even walking is good.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good active recovery. So walking is very, very big.
just awesome. And not only that, but your boys are seeing that. Your boys are growing up at a home that it's natural to just go outside and just go and do.
And I think that's part of the reason why I'm that way, because my mom was that. she was always taking us to the gym with her. She was running. She still works out. She'll run a little bit. She walks a lot. So I think it's examples you set too to be active.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to be hooked on a screen or be outside having fun, riding bikes with your friends.
Yep. Rachel, this was amazing. Oh, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you and what you're doing, and I'll see you out there.
Yeah, I'm excited.
My goal is to one day be fast enough to be able to run Rachael and Jordan in that group, because such kind souls, beautiful gems of human beings, and I just adore them. They are just absolutely amazing. And again, like I said, you guys, if you don't know Rachael and Jordan and all of their friends, I would be happy at the next run to introduce you, because they are so sweet. They really, really are. And I love cheering for them. I love who they are as not only runners, but human beings. And again, the importance of running together through seasons of life, whether that was motherhood, whether that was preparing for a half, I have no doubt that Rachel's gonna hit that marathon and do incredible things. So Rachael, I'm cheering for you, my friend. Thank you for sharing your story and your heart and what you do for this running community. You are absolutely amazing. And so thank you so much. And thank you for reminding us the importance of strength training, the importance of the mind. All the things that you brought to this sit down was absolutely incredible. So thank you, Rachael, for your story and again, your heart and for all that you do. Thank you to Wagner's Run Walk. Guys, don't forget to use that code RYS10. You will thank us for partnering with Wagner's Run Walk. They're absolutely incredible. Tammy, Maddie, Kendall, all the gang, everyone who works there. They are some of my favorite people. And one of the reasons why I love going to Tuscaloosa is because of Wagner's Run Walk. Sometimes I just go in to say, hey, I don't even buy anything. I'm just like, hey, I'm here to annoy you guys. And they're great. They're like, yeah, come on, annoy. And their doors are always open up for us. So I appreciate that. I appreciate what they do. They give so much to the community. They do so many incredible things. So definitely check out Wagner's Run Walk online. Follow them on social media. You can also visit them in Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide. And Gilliard Tech Services, thank you so much. Guys, if you haven't voted in the nappies for Gilliard Tech Services for best website, you should do that. He is absolutely incredible. He does so much. And one of the things that he's been working on is building a database for running clubs. So if you're listening and you have a running club, you can go to our website, you can email gray@runnerstory.com, all the club information. We would love to have that database. Basically, it's just if you go out of town or you're searching or you're moving, whatever it is, vacationing, and you're looking for a run club, we want to have that database. So that's what it is. Basically, a phone book. You guys remember that? A phone book of running clubs. And so we want to be able to be a resource, and that's one of the things for Runner Stories, that we are a resource. So Gray Gilliard from Gilliard Tech Services is making that happen, and we cannot thank him enough. He edits his podcast. He does so much for this website and for the running community. So thank you, Gilliard Tech Services. Guys, if you need a website, whether updated or a new one, or have no idea where to start, reach out to Gray at Gilliard Tech Services. You will not be disappointed. Our Patreon family members, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all that you do, for keeping us going and believing in Runner's Story. You guys go way above and beyond, and I'm so grateful for you and all that you bring. And I hope that one day we can give you the world, because you guys deserve it. Also, if you want to join our Patreon community, we would love to have you. So join us and join in all the fun. We have some good times. So thank you to our Patreon family members. We just thank you so much. And to Mars Hill Church, thank you for giving us a safe place to be able to record. It's been a lot of traveling, and it's been a lot of doing online interviews. And so it's always good to come back to my roots at Mars Hill and to be able to do an in-person at Mars Hill interview. And so I thank Mars Hill Church so much for giving us a very safe place to be able to share stories, be able to open up, and be able to spur one another on. So guys, thank you to everyone who listens. Make sure that you like, comment, and share. We love being able to share stories in the running community. Our list is growing daily, and we are trying to get that list crossed off one at a time. So be patient with us, and we hope that we can bring you some incredible stories. I know I'm better for listening to every one of them. So thank you for everyone who has entrusted us with your stories. who believe in Runner Story and are making the running community better. All right, guys, until next time, go run your story because every story needs to be heard.